So in a
Yeah.
past life, these two found each other, and you think this
Oh,
is,
yes.
oh, how interesting.
I think the public's going to start losing interest, and I think they do a lot of this stuff to get the interest back up again. When you have that kind of fame, you want to continue on with it, and you can say all you want, you can act like you want.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Kinsey Schofield and I've got something truly special for all the royal fans and astrology enthusiasts out there. We're diving deep into the astrology behind Meghan Markle's upcoming birthday with renowned astrologer Carol Starr. Get ready for some mind-blowing insights into Meghan's personality, her relationship with Harry, and some predictions for the future based on her chart.
But I know that she loves it a whole lot more than he does.
Hi, all. Kinsey Schofield here, and I am with Carol Starr. She is a famed astrologer, and she is going to talk to us specifically today about celebrity astrology in the form of Meghan Markle. Now, we know that Meghan Markle is a Leo. She was born on August 4th, 1981, around the Los Angeles, California area. I cannot wait to talk to you about this, Carol. Meghan's getting ready to celebrate her birthday. I want to know from you Meghan is a Leo. What general characteristics do Leos have?
Well, of course, you are to duplicate your reading totally would take 25,000 years. So everybody is very unique in astrology. And Leos actually just all by themselves is that they are the actors of the zodiac and they are the politicians and they're out there. But they love a lot of attention, but only when they deserve it. They're very funny
Ah,
about it. Everyone thinks that they want attention all the time, and you need to have a clapping machine when you walk around with them, but they really, other than the fact they have a lot of mirrors in their house, no, I'm kidding. Yeah. Uh, that Leos are really kind, warm, loving people. And they like to be noted for what they do well. And I think that I found, Megan's chart absolutely interesting, and it's so cool. It fits her perfectly. And that doesn't
yeah.
always happen. But I'm looking at this, I thought, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing in life. And she has an amazing drive. I mean, you don't get to that place where you become an actor and become part of royalty for not having good sense and good emotions and knowing what you want in life.
She met with an astrologer prior to meeting Prince Harry. She had seen an astrologer in the States who told her, "You're going to go over to Europe and you're going to find your husband." He didn't say it was going to be a prince. I don't even think the astrologer knew that it was going to be a prince, but she did have some guidance when it comes to astrology. And that guidance was very much like, you're on the right path, head over to London
Right.
and meet your husband. You talked about Meghan and being so focused and so ambitious. Are there any other characteristics that you
Yeah,
specifically see
there's
in
a
Meghan?
lot. I'm going to check out her chart so I can tell you. There's also, I'm not going to give you a lesson in astrology today, but I think it's important to know there is a moon sign and a rising sign too, if you're familiar with it.
Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a juicy update about your favorite celebrities. Alright, let's get started. First off, Meghan is a Leo, born on August 4th, 1981. Leos are known for being the actors and leaders of the zodiac. They're charismatic, generous, and love attention, but only when they feel they've earned it. Meghan's chart shows she thrives when recognized for her hard work and accomplishments. Beyond the spotlight, Leos are warm-hearted and care deeply about those around them.
But the moon sign for women is so important because that's her emotions and how you use your emotions. And so she has a lot of Cancer on her chart too. She has Cancer rising and she has also Mars in Cancer. And the rising sign is the way people see you, and Mars is your energy. And those are the smartest women in business on the zodiac. When I see Cancer on there, you know, you don't just become a movie star, a well-known star by just being good. Okay, there's a lot of talent out there. Okay, a lot of beautiful women, a lot of great actors, but she had what it took, and she became obviously a very well-known star. With the program with Suits, and I see her in a lot of movies. I'm when I take some time off, I watch Hallmark movies. I know it sounds I don't like and I see her a lot, and she just always plays the part well, and she always looks good. And so she gave up the career, but maybe it was time for her to do it. And, as far as psychic stuff, I do have clients that I predict things for. But generally speaking, I don't like to do it on a regular reading here because life is tricky business and it changes a lot, and
Good point.
I think that what he probably saw on her chart was looking into the future is that foreign, I know what it was the ninth house because that is all about foreign travel. And there was probably something in there that made him at that time feel she was going to do it, and I always worry about astrologers who get a little bit too carried away with things and predict things that are unrealistic. And see, you have to know the person first. You're not going to, you do all the great things you do, but you're not going to go become a veterinarian and go back to school. Okay. And it may show you love animals on here.
Yeah.
There's no definite interpretation. Everything is worked, But for her, it's just for interesting thing, the day after her birthday, Mercury goes retrograde.
Hmm.
And you've heard about Mercury going retrograde.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole world, and particularly if you're a Virgo or a Gemini, you feel it the most because Mercury is the ruling planet. Okay, so anyway, I think that she's leading up to that. And we can say she's going to have a bad time, and all the astrologers going to get out and tell Meghan she's going to have a rough time and all that. But she probably is not. Yeah, it's in Mercury happens to be actually in Virgo, and it's going to go backwards to Leo. So she might find that, she misses phone calls or her computer doesn't work or something with communication, but it's nothing serious. And I know that all astrologers like to find something big to talk about, but it's really a chart is just life.
Meghan, like most Leos, has a powerful presence, but she also has a lot of emotional depth. Now let's talk more about Meghan's specific chart. She's got a lot of Cancer energy too, with Cancer rising and Mars in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, very emotionally driven. It means she's deeply intuitive. Combine that with her Leo energy, and you get someone who feels things deeply and wants to create a nurturing environment for her loved ones. This is why she's such a passionate and protective mother. Moving on to Meghan's relationship with Harry. Harry's Virgo, the opposite of Meghan's Leo. Virgo is practical, grounded and focused on service, while Meghan's Leo energy is about self-expression and standing out.
Yeah.
It's just life. And she's going to have a great birthday. She's a very successful person, and she has a very warm and kind and loving heart. And I
Well,
think
Carol,
sometimes,
wow,
yeah,
that's interesting. You see that from the chart? That's not what we see from the Kensington Palace bully report, but okay.
no,
Tell me what
I
you get.
know because, but she's afraid. She's afraid to express her feelings a lot, and she's very vulnerable. And just because we see somebody in a certain way, we don't know what's going on in their head or their heart.
So I guess my next question, it sounds like you've answered that. Can
Mhm.
you sense if Meghan is happier since she left the British royal family in 2020?
I think she feels free.
Okay.
I think that her expectations of being part of the royal family didn't quite work out like she planned. And
Okay.
I think that she loves her husband and loves her kids. And I think she's a lot happier. I don't know if Harry's a lot happier, but I know that she is. And I think she's enjoying her life and likes her life the way it is, as much as she's going to. Okay.
And Prince Harry is, but he's happy to make those sacrifices for the woman he loves. Is that
Yeah.
how you feel? Okay.
Well, first of all, he's got a really interesting chart. He is a Virgo, and he also has a lot of Capricorn in his chart. He's very practical, and he always likes to do what's the right thing, and sometimes it comes out to be the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, I know. And I think he's overdoes it. I think he hides a lot of his emotions. He hides a lot of his feelings, but they are there. And one of the things that's interesting on his chart, and I just like to share this, is that there's there are four hemispheres on a chart. Well, the upper one and the lower one. Upper one is all about other people, serving other people, doing for them, and the lower half is all about you and what you do. His whole chart is almost above the horizon. And so he's always served, when he was in the military and he flew, he was always wanting to do service and help. And that's that Virgo personality, And then we have Leo, who is way outgoing and all that with her. And I think that he was just attracted to that flamboyant personality that she has. And gossip columns are evil sometimes, but they're so much fun.
Together, they complement each other perfectly. Meghan's boldness balances Harry's reserved nature, and Harry's practicality helps keep Meghan grounded, but they do face challenges because of their different approaches. Yet they have a strong connection, working through deep karmic lessons from past lives. With Meghan's birthday approaching, what predictions do we have for her future? Meghan's North Node, representing her life's purpose, is in the first house, meaning she's here to make a big impact on the world.
And I love
Yeah,
that.
be careful. You're coming for my job here, but yeah.
I know, but I say evil in a loving, fun way. I don't mean that evil. I love gossip. Okay, I read. I'm addicted to it. I love it, and I believe it, and I love it. And I think it's fun, and I think it's great. And I love that you do that. I do, and I'd heard about you, and I went over and checked out, of course, all your YouTubes and everything. And I thought, wow, I love it, and I also know that there's a lot of truth in it. Yes, there's a lot of truth. And in fact, all truth. And I think that's why people really, other than in politics, we hear so many stories and everything like that. But I know you have to love what you do.
You do, yeah. Well, and
You do.
I do think that you made a very good point that Leos, and maybe this is specific in Meghan's case, likes attention when they are pursuing it.
Right.
And I know that there was a time in Meghan's life that she would have loved the celebrity status she has now, and maybe it's become overwhelming for her because she can't control it. But there was a time when she was pitching herself to media and saying, please write about me, and sitting down with Piers Morgan and trying to cultivate those relationships. And that must be so foreign to Prince Harry, who just loathes the media, who really can't justify having those kinds of relationships because, I mean, he feels like they hurt his mother. I mean, they did hurt his mother. I don't know if they hurt her to the extent that he blames them, but they did cause his mother a lot of pain.
Yeah, I know. And I think that
This next year will see her expanding her brand and focusing more on personal projects. She'll get involved in more meaningful ventures that align with her values. But with Mercury going retrograde right after her birthday, we might see some bumps in the road. It's just a time to be more mindful and careful with plans. Wow, that was incredible insight from Carol Starr. Meghan seems like a fascinating, complex person with a big future ahead of her. And to all of you watching, I hope you found this as interesting as I did. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Meghan Markle's astrology and want to stay updated on all things royal, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Leave a comment below. Do you think Meghan is truly living her best life, or are there still challenges ahead? Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more royal insights. Until then, take care.